Hello, Misfits. Welcome back. If you are new here, welcome, welcome. Grab a seat, get some tea, and enjoy the vibes. Today, I thought I would do something on kind of like because I started going down the spiritual rabbit hole here. And it just kind of made me want to reach back because I did something previously on Go Beckley Tempe. I will put a link up here in the video for you to kind of go back and see that video as well. But I figured why not do something on kind of like a conspiracy theory that has been around for years on whether or not the Anunnaki were aliens or were they kind of like super beings, were they the first humans. I probably should put my headphones on. You're probably getting an echo from the music. I don't really know yet because I'm just recording. But I think it was interesting to do a recording on that and see, you know, what I get. So with that being said, just cleanse off this energies here. Let's get grounded and see what we get. Okay. I feel like those wouldn't come out. And that one. So I'm pull a few cards more this time just because I'm just going off vibes here. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Seven of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the World. And what is the underlying energies? The Ace of Coins. So I would say first things first because of the I don't know how exactly word this. So it's I apologize. I apologize in advance. But I think they are something other. But I think because with the Ten of Swords here and you have the Ten of Swords in the upright and the Ten of Coins in reverse with the World in reverse, it makes me feel like they were not of the same thing. Like maybe we're mislabeling them. It's kind of like if you were to say, I don't know. It's kind of like if you were to say, if you were to group black, white, and Hispanics under one thing, it was to say, oh well, they're all the same thing. They all come from the same place, kind of thing. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm making sense. But I do think they were something other. Like, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I'm getting, yeah, they probably were aliens and they came here and had a fight kind of thing. Like, maybe they tried to work together or they came here for some kind of resources or for fortune or for. What's coming, what I see in my mind's eye is kind of like when the first settlers came here to America kind of thing. Like, I came here to prove that I can make something of myself. Nobody said, everyone said this planet was bad or you couldn't make anything out of it. But here I am trying to do something and making something out of it. If that makes sense. Oh, this is going to be so weird. And I think they probably started collaborating together, but for whatever reason, things didn't work out the way they wanted or expected. Okay, do you want to come out? 'Cause you flipped over really quick. Okay, so that's the three. So we have the Mother of Dawn, emissary. Interesting that we would get that. Beauty, agency, compassion. We also have the Lady of Mass, the shaper, reclamation, vanity, surface, appearance. It makes you think everything isn't as it seems. And then we also have the ageless, the light in the darkness, which reads healing, graciousness, acceptance. But it's in reverse. Something that they did not accept. It just feels like betrayal, emissary. Was Earth supposed to be kind of like a meeting ground, like a neutral ground? But somebody lied. Somebody did some trickery here. Or some being. I'll say some being lied. Something didn't go as planned. Somebody was tricked. Something was tricked. Okay, definitely understand why I'm getting all of these cards here. So I feel like I should just read them. Sorry, the cards are going to be all over the place. We have the artist in the reverse, which reads using talent as an excuse to mistreat others, posing as a starving artist to elicit pity. Trickery, the Lady of Mask here. We also have Fool, fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at the absurdity of hypocrisy. We have Rebel, challenges authority to affect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. Didn't I say it has, if, okay, this makes me think of kind of like the Quakers who were like, oh, we can't, you know, practice our religion here in Britain, fine, we'll go to somewhere else and do it. We'll go to America. And remember, I was saying the thing when I was saying in my mind's eye was kind of like the first settlers coming here to America of kind of trying to prove something, make something of themselves, starting up a religion. We also have shapeshifter. Again, this ties into the Lady of Mask for me in the artist. You have the shapeshifter coming up in reverse, which reads protecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. You also have the prostitute, accentuates the challenges of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. We also have the guide, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. And then we also have the athlete in reverse, misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. Right now, I feel like I sound like the History Channel when they're talking about the ancient aliens, because I'm pretty sure this was something that they seriously said on there. One of the guys, one of the ancient astronaut theorists theorized that the Anunnaki was people who came here. They probably, crash landed here by accident, or somebody was sent here to see if this could be a place that potentially life could continue for them, or they can make something out of it, they can mine it here or whatever. And now here we are billions of years later, and humans are standing here and discovering them again and wondering who they were and why they came. And it doesn't seem that they're far off, but for whatever reason, the what's being alluded here to how it all went sideways, it just seems that somebody got, I don't know what riches or what was the power that they were hoping to get, what they were hoping to earn or prove from being here on earth as we call it now. But it just feels like once somebody found out, shit went sideways. So we have goldfish, increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. This still keeps reading like money and spirituality. And I wonder if this is something that is as old as time itself, immemorial here on earth, where it just seems like money and religion just don't mesh well together, guys. Using religion as a source of power, it just never seems to mesh well. I find that okay. 1 second. Okay. All right, I'm back. So remember, we got the goldfish dealing with wealth or spiritual growth. We also have money path. The path with money is waiting for you to find it. Ear, good news. Fly, a period of ill health and depression. We also have, we also have dog far away, a distant friend is thinking of you. Lily, spiritual love. And then we also have club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. It's all going back to betrayal, greed again. Kind of factions, lines being drawn here. What is the underlying energy? We have will, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble on aimlessly. We also have mountain road. You are on the road to success. And then it leads to success. So someone traveled here in hopes of success and then got it. Whatever this thing was. Compliments from an admirer. Interesting. We also have underneath here Liberator for the archetypes. Liberator was in reverse, however. So it says imposing your own tyranny over those you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. Somebody was trying to act like they were a hero and they were not. Somebody was acting like, oh, I came here to help our people, but they really came here for their own agenda, their own objective, and got greedy. And someone else came along and was like, okay, great. Thanks for doing all the hard work for me. Snatchies. The thinker, the father of knowledge, knowledge, instruction, reinvention. This just makes me think of that line where they say, history doesn't repeat itself, but it sure does rhyme. Like, this is what it feels like. I think this is a continuation of something that happened with the Anunnaki that we're dealing with now. So yeah, I would say if they aren't from somewhere else, the Anunnaki, if they weren't from somewhere else, they were definitely some ancient humans that kind of dealt with the same things that we deal with now, with, the religion, dealing with, kind of like being a ruling factor or in charge of kind of like, this is how we should live, this is how we should carry ourselves. And if you want to make sure that you repent, you have to pay. And I think that's something that has been kind of like prevalent in all religions in some form of fashion. There's some kind of payment, whether it's not physical money, pay in equity. What are you going to do to kind of like pay it forward to show that you are remorseful? And it just leads down this path of like power, and people get power hungry. What is the line? Is it power, absolute power corrupts absolutely, or something like that? This distant friend in the world in reverse really makes me think that they probably were otherworldly though. And not to mention, we did get the emissary card too, didn't we? There was a couple of wheel cards. So it's just, I wonder if it was a thing of like, we traveled here in hopes of starting a new kind of spiritual awakening or practicing a new spiritual way of life, of being. And the problems that kind of like kept us from doing it there, somebody came along kind of like double agent style and just still messed it up for us and still made it bad and still corrupted it, and it's just been repeating and repeating, or I should say rhyming and rhyming and rhyming continuously throughout history, and we've never kind of figured out the end to this rhyme yet. We haven't come to a conclusion. So yeah, pretty interesting reading that I'm getting for the Anunnaki. I'm trying to think if anything else is going to come through here, but yeah, I'm not getting much else from what I'm understanding, interpreting from this. And maybe some of this I'll be, downloading later in my sleep and understanding and getting. And if I do, I'll just comment on it later and just kind of let you know, an update. But with that, I would love to hear your comments on what your theories are on what the Anunnaki are, was, is, and where you think they came from and why they came here. With that, give this video a thumbs up if you like this video. Give it a thumbs down. Ring the bell for more notifications. Share this video if you care. And with that, I will see you all in the next video. Bye.